Healthy relationships are such an important factor in our lives for so many reasons. They help contribute to our happiness and our outlook on life. And life coach Deirdre Danaher is here with us this morning to give us some more insight on how you can have a healthy relationship in your life. Good morning to you.
Good morning. It's nice
Thanks
to see you.
Yeah, it's so good to have you back. You're a good friend of Fox 40 and Friends.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be one.
You know, healthy relationships, so many people don't have those.
Right.
So many people have unhealthy relationships. Right. What are some characteristics of healthy relationships, and how can people get those?
Sure. Well, these are characteristics that I think are ubiquitous. They apply to family relationships, relationships with work, as well as romance. So you want things like mutual respect, trust and honesty, loyalty and support, a sense of fairness and equity in your relationship, dependability. All of these are obvious. But you also want some things that may not be quite so obvious, like maintaining separate identities. How often have we heard in long-term relationships, suddenly I don't remember who I am?
Right.
You have to keep that going because that's what got you interested in the first place.
So how do people do that?
To maintain their separate entities? Okay, so if you really respect somebody, you want to encourage them to keep doing the things that they like to do that maybe you don't like to do.
Right.
Which is also a way that you foster loyalty and support.
All righty. Well, what are some more? You've got a long list coming up here. What are some other characteristics of healthy relationships that we can kind of dive into?
Right. The good communication skills. You want to, we know that sometimes we say one thing and somebody hears something else. We need to be able to clarify.
All the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You need to be able to clarify those things. And you need to understand one person may communicate one way very well.
Right.
Somebody might be somebody who has to hear it in their face 15 times. Somebody else just needs a note on the table. Being aware of those things.
A lot of times that's a guy-girl problem too.
Right.
Because women communicate so differently than men, and that's so important once you get into a marriage or dating kind of situation. Exactly. You see that all the time.
Right.
What are some things that you've seen when people that have come to you with problems about healthy relationships?
Often it's about how do I resolve conflicts in my relationships, because that's a natural part of a relationship.
Right.
In some ways we have these ideals of it's always going to be perfect. It's going to be the fairy tale. It's not the fairy tale. No, and conflict is a natural part of that. So how are you going to resolve those conflicts? How can you step back and say, I'm not disagreeing with you and I hate you, but I'm disagreeing with this behavior, or I don't agree with your point of view. And say that in a way that you stand your ground, but save that relationship. That means you have to step back into your place of respect for that person and for yourself, so you can speak with empathy.
Alrighty, and where can people get more information about you? If, obviously there's a lot of people out there that need help with some relationships, and they can come to you, your life coach. That's great to be able to come get advice. Where can they find you?
They could look at my website, which is I always forget to get the first letters, but look for InMotionCC.com and go to my resources page, and you can get all of these tips.
All right, and you can also email her right there on your screen. It's Deirdre@InMotionCC.com, or you can call her 601-362-8288. And we just want to thank you so much for coming. We always enjoy having you.
I love being here.